Chris Ramsey at the Comedy Store! Yeah. Thank you for having me, though. It's very nice. I've had a big development in my life recently. I've just had a baby. Just not me, my wife. I mean, I'm not a medical marvel. Just had a baby, yeah. He's 4 months old. 4 months old now. And I've got to say now, right, you've got people R-ing there, you've got people not R-ing, right? I'll tell you now, people in the room who don't give a shit about babies, I get it, right? I get it. I used to be that person, right? People in the room, give me a chair if you have a child or children. Give me a chair. And I'm telling you right now, and I'm sorry, I'm so sorry, but you need to know this truth, right? Some of your friends fucking hate your kids. They fucking can't stand your kids. You show them photos of your kids, they want to punch you in the face. They just glaze over and think about what they're going to have for their dinner. They don't give a shit. And I used to be that person, and I get it. So people in the room, I'm going to try not to go on about babies too much, right? I get it. I didn't give a shit either. I used to be the same, right? I did the whole banter surrounding it. Like, why? I don't know why when you tell someone you've had a baby, the immediate question they ask is, how heavy's the baby? How much does a baby weigh? Are you a butcher? Are you taking cash for babies? You weighing me baby in? Is this a drug deal? What the fuck's happening? Right? And I didn't care, and the people in the room didn't care, and I don't want to ostracise anyone who doesn't care, because my son is a gift to people in the room who don't care or don't know about the weight of babies. Because when I tell you the weight of my son when he was born, there will be no grey area left in anyone's minds as to whether this is a good or a bad weight. When my son was born, my son was £10.5. Yeah, he came out and went straight to university. He is literally a doorman on our local nightclub now. It is madness. Now, that's a true story. I like telling stories about my life in stand-up. I like telling true stories, and my family always let me tell anything I want to tell. But when this happened, when I realised I had a giant baby, and I knew I was going to tell this story, my wife gave us a caveat that she never, ever does. She went, listen, mate, you can tell your stories, tell your stand-up, do your jokes, tell everyone. Tell them about how heavy our massive baby was. But you make sure, Chris, that every single person you tell knows that I had a cesarean section. Otherwise, they're going to think I'm just some whale who just pops out fully grown mammals. No, but seriously, man, like, she tried. We knew he was going to be big, right? So she got induced, right? Got induced basically to start the labour for you, right? Because they said you can be induced so you can have cesarean. She went, no, I'd like to go into labour because I want to know what it's going to feel like. I can tell you. I've watched films. It'll be horrible. It'll be the worst thing that's ever happened. But you know, she wanted to do it, and she went, and she did 18.5 hours of labour. And I know there'll be people who've had longer than that, but you get a baby at the end. She didn't get no baby at the end of that labour. She had 18.5 hours, and after 18.5 hours, she was only 4 centimetres dilated, right? Now, the people in the room, again, people in the room who don't know what that means, don't worry, I'll put it in layman's terms for you now. Being only 4.5 centimetres dilated, right, at the end of 18.5 hours of labour, that's basically her vagina going, stop this madness. Stop it right now. Are you seriously going to back that transit van through here? Are you insane? You're going to ruin everything. Everything. There's going to be an echo. None of me hats are going to fit. I'm going to look stupid in all my clothes. It's going to be cottage. Hold! 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 There's a baby elephant back there. Stop this madness. Get him out of the sunroof. Get him out of the sunroof. That's what happened. Now, I'm not one of these disgusting chauvinist pig blokes who wants to go, well, it's a good job. You know, I've had idiots. I've had idiots say things to us like, oh, it's a good job to have a cesarean, to still drive the same. Kill yourself, right? Don't speak to me about that. But a guy, I was in Yorkshire recently doing this routine on stage, and a guy came up to me and he gave me the most offensive yet beautiful thing I've ever heard in my life. I need to pre-warn you now, this is not my joke. I did this routine and a bloke sidled up to me after the gig, the most Yorkshire man in the world, right? And he said these words, it's horrific, but it's beautiful. He said to me, yeah, it were a good job. It were a good job, because our wife had cesarean. It were a good job, because if not, I'm sorry. Prepare your fucking selves. Because if not, yeah, down there would have looked like a Shetland pony blowing your soup cold. You feel that laughter there? You got it grown, then you all went on a little journey, didn't you? You all went on a journey, you imagined everything, you imagined the field, you imagined the horse. A man there just did that. I don't know what that was. Just visually explained it to someone next to him.